Ladies and gentlemen, our next distinguished speaker is architect Rafiq Azam, a globally acclaimed architect from Bangladesh. With over 3 decades of experience in green architecture, he founded SHATOTTO Architecture for Green Living in 1995. Azam's work blends nature and mysticism, and his interdisciplinary background informs his innovative design philosophy. He has received numerous prestigious awards, including the CAA Robert Mathew Lifetime Achievement Award, the UIA 2030 Award, and the World Architectural Festival Award. His works have featured globally, including in Time magazine and the New York Times. He has also taught at prominent institutions like National University of Singapore and BRAC University in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome architect Rafiq Azam.
Assalamualaikum. This is forward. Can you hear me? Thank you very much. It's an immense pleasure to be here today. And I'm always coming back to Karachi, and it looks I'm coming back home. And I can see the beautiful crowd here today. If I start mentioning names, that would be, I think, time-taking, because my friend Ijaz is there, Suhail, Fawad is there. I think you can, and all the other people, and respected Kamil Khan Mumtaz Saab is there. You made my day, sir. I'm seeing you here. So allow me to start my journey through this presentation. And the art of social changes it has two parts. I'll try to make it within 35 to 40 minutes. If 1 or 2 minutes here and there, please forgive me. It has two parts. First part is, part one is quest for the arts. As you know all, Bangladesh is one of the largest delta on art, and the size of the land is around 50,000 square kilometer area, not more, but more than 2 million square kilometer area of water flowing through this within small area, which is almost like 15 times almost like larger water it's taking and ending up to Bay of Bengal. So that's why I used to call, you can see its composition is all my watercolor and some paintings, sketches, watercolor painting and sketches, and some of our works. See, this is one of my watercolor painting. So I consider my country, we don't have any land. What we have, just water. When monsoon comes, it inundates 2/3 of the country's land, depicting water as the major element of landscape. When it recedes, slowly recedes, and the entire landscape transforms, just alluvial soils, and transform into large patches of paddy fields, and then dancing with the winds. And that's the reason, our project you'll be able to see probably is water is the philosophy, where you can see reflections, patch of greens and waters and sky, and man-made glasses and other concrete and buildings and so on. So, let's take a journey by boat. And let's move on. Every floor is ground floor. Please don't send me alone without my belongings to upper floors, 100-story, 20-story. Please give me my belongings, my earth, my water, my trees, my plants, my birds, butterflies possibly, and send me above and above. I'm ready to go. Without my belongings, I'm not ready to go. Don't kill me. So this is one project you can see at the 4th level of the house is a new ground floor. And this is a small house which every layer is having ground, water, and green. And this is the third floor. You can see just after the rain, it's actually connecting everything. And some of the other views, you know, and this is another floor. But this journey of making green, living with the green, started long back. In 1988, I had to create a gift from my mother. Because after my death of my father in 1984, we tried to dismantle the whole old house, which is having a small garden and a small courtyard that you can see here. And my mother wanted a new house, 2 floors, 9 siblings, staying together. Upper floor, my mother is desired to stay with the garden, the memory of my father, with the courtyard, with the memory of my father. So this was my responsibility being a poor student, where my teacher was saying all the time, I can't grade you, you are below the failing grade. But I had to do that because it's my mother, and I have to create a gift for my mother, so that she can live along with a peaceful, full of memories of my father. So this one, upper floor garden, you see, the first level of garden, first time happened in Bangladesh, 1988, and that journeys go on. Now everybody is doing so, and this is the courtyard. So old house plans and new house plans. But most important thing, that was in the old city of Dhaka, in the Mughal area, Lal Bagh, and where I learned from the nostalgia. Like Rumi says, yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, I am changing myself. So we wanted to change the world one stage without knowing it all. But when we started, you know, we look at this thing, how humanity comes within architecture. The road and the owner of the house, they are all connected with a small plinth where people can sit, enjoy their time with trust and respect. In the contrary, you can see nowadays high boundary wall with barbed wire, with saying that, be aware of my dog will bite you, and the barbed wire will make you bloody. This is not the civilization. So we have learned from that, and we did 2000, I did one small house with no boundary wall, rather sitting benches and plants for the trees, and the kids can come up, goes down without any reason, they can play with this. So this is how we can create responsibility and connect ourselves with other people. This is one house, my wife is here, we live here in this house, where you can see the boundary wall is with glass. And we can see from the street inside the landscape, when the boundary wall is strong, very strong, the society is fragile and vulnerable. We don't trust each other. When the boundary wall is fragile and vulnerable, our society becomes very, very connected and bonded and strong. Living in Delta. Then I started in 2003, I was developing something that, how to live in Delta, in the tropical countries. And this is one house we designed, top of the house, in the 6th level of the house, the large trees come, 50 feet tall trees coming up, and the swimming pool turned into swimming ponds from Bangladesh, you know. We have ponds. So the pond is something like full of jungla, the forest sort of untamed greens, and the water body having steps into the water is like ghatla, so it turns into a pond, not swimming pool from the Western world, copied here. So this required a lot of structural solutions, huge amount of art that we did that. In 2006 around, I started thinking of why not our philosopher comes into our architecture. Lalon Fakir, who says, if something is not your body, then it is not outside your body either. And your human being is a composition of two things. One is envelope, your body and mind is coming into you and going out of you. Unlike Descartes says that 16th century philosopher, French philosopher says, I think, therefore I am. No, I cannot think. I cannot think. If I can think, so let's stop thinking from tomorrow. You can't do that. So you can't think actually. Thinking is independent, also interdependent. Body and mind and thinking belongs to each other. They belong to themselves. They belong to separate and together. So this is why not architecture is so. Architecture has, we can create envelope very scientifically, very carefully, considering all the climatical condition, social condition, financial condition, and allow the mother nature as a mind, as a thinking, coming into it and going out of it. When the rain coming into it and going out of it, the sun coming in and going out of it, and the fragrance coming inside the house and going out of it. Put the plants accordingly in a position that with the winds, it comes into your house and goes out of it. So this was one research we have done. Unfolding, actually, this is nothingness. When we do everything together, compiled together successfully, it becomes nothing. This is inside the project. And this is the one space of the house, the lights coming in. It's like a silence is the language of God. Rest all are poor translations. Whatever I say about God is poor translations. But His language is the silence. When the lights on the wall silently, that's the language of God. But when light returns to source, as Rumi says, it takes back nothing from you what it illuminated. But I argue with Rumi that no, that light touched my beautiful boundary, beautiful wall, concrete wall. So it took back something at least, some warmth, not empty hand. So that's a dialogue between 12th century philosopher and one of the poor architect of this 21st century. Why not? And inside the house, a small dinghy boat waiting by the ghat, patches of green with silence of light unfolding nothingness, where the soul and shell cohabit and purify themselves. Let the soul come inside your house and let go of it and let it be and let it be. Do you think this will continue all along with you? No. One day it will stop coming inside you. The mind, the thinking will not come back to you one day, and you will be probably lying silently, and you will be called dead. So this is not, yes, going on all through. But when we started doing one mosque actually, so we started talking in between shell and soul. How can we connect the death and life? Can we feel that in between? Standing in between death and life, and fill it up. And this is one project we did, mosque, which is on the southern side, you can see is terrestrial, it's earth, it's noise, it's the life. But the other side is the oldest and largest graveyard of Dhaka, which is absolutely silent. And our land is in between life and death, celestial and terrestrial. So what we have decided to create a shan in between the courtyard, inspired by the local nearby Mughal mosque, what we saw earlier. Shan is connected and there is a cinematographic view. You can see that other side. So you come to that position where actually there is a life and death is a line actually. You cross the line, you the other side. What I did, I stretched the line into a platform so you can go there and stand there and can see this is life and this is death. And this is probably the best place to offer your prayer, your munazat. This is from the roadside. The brickwork is little bit hidden. You can't see the world much, only the wind coming inside with the fragrance of flower. And this is for the women. And the other side you can see completely open the graveyard. So you can connect, always you connect that there is something that you have, your final destination. And then time is passing through. The contemporary world is we can hear the metallic sound. Industrial and post-industrial revolutions is, change everything in the world. And globalization changed the world. So we did some experiment, small house, which actually quite metallic, but we call it post-industrial romanticism. Can we create in the industrial world, but still romantic? So you can see how the industrial having layers of gardens and the first light in the morning, touching it, and intertwining the land and sky and the earth and heaven together within us. And this is what the house inside, and terracings. And one of our national poet, Kazi Nazrul Islam, says, where is heaven? Where is hell? Who told you these are far away? These all are within us, within ourselves. So if you can create that, it is with us. A nation of enlightenment. People think many years that Bangladesh is a poor country. Bangladesh is not educated country. Poor people, small people, dark people, nothing they have. Because it was taught to us. It was told by the British, basically. But, of course, you'll be happy to know that Alexander the Great, the Ptolemy, comes up to the India and they never attacked Bangladesh. They thought it's impossible to win Bangladesh because Bangladesh has no history of, always winning history. So they went back. But they wrote many things of Bangladesh, how Bangladesh is great, how enlightened. Because we have all the universities, Buddhist monasteries of 3,000 and more than 3,000 years of old, all educations. All the Buddhist religion, education, enlightenment is spread all over the world. Bangladesh is the hub of that. No one can claim that they have done it. Absolutely Bangladesh. When we started Aga Khan Academy, and His Highness the Aga Khan, couple of times meeting, and on one occasion he hold my hands coming to me. Normally it's not happen. It's not allowed. But he came to me and hold my hand, says, Mr. Azam, I want the poetry of brick of Bengal civilization, please. So I probably completed my commission almost now. So this is the school. It's a beautiful brickwork. And this is one of the historical, thousands of years old courtyard of Buddhist monasteries. And we converted, we just translated into contemporary world. And this is the historical, surrounded squarish monks' rooms all around. In the middle is the energy, the stupa. We don't need a stupa. We have the field, the Maidan, which is the energy for the children. And this is another courtyard. And this is the small pieces of things for the children, nooks and corners, and under the tree. And this is we call the learning should something like didactic. Will not teach anyone. They will learn only. So here you can see the trees, they call 4 number of the entrance courtyard trees. This called Butia menisperma. In the flame of the forest, somebody says Palash, but in local name is Dhak tree, which Mughal first came and see 400 years back. Thousands of hundreds of thousands of Dhak trees and red color. They call the city Dhaka. So why not put the Dhak tree and tell the students, find it out why this tree is here, and read about it, and you'll see this is the name, work for that name, city Dhaka. So this is we call learning through, didactic learning. And you can see the courtyard in the middle, which can hold huge rain after half an hour rain, a piece of water, to see the children, the water is not gone suddenly, it's there, and they can start playing with the water. And we saw they do the dances and different programs over there. So this is how we not only teaching them in the classroom, as Luyakan says, classroom is only for the teachers. And outside classroom all belongs to the students. So we think it's right, probably. And as Rabindranath says, you can teach under the trees. And this is the, when it's not rain, the amphitheater. So my journey actually in the middle of my, I'm in the middle of my journey. So let's go further. And I went far away, I came to Pakistan. And I started listening. Faiz Ahmed Faiz, such a beautiful poem. He came from Dhaka in 1974. He wrote about Dhaka. He was so sad, he was broken, he was frustrated, he was hopeful. That's why he wrote, Hum ke tahre ajnabi itni madaraton ki baat, फिर बनेगे आशना कितनी मुलाकातों की बात, कब नजर में आएगे बेदाग सब्जी के बहार, खून के धब्बे धुलेगे कितनी बरसातों की बात. As an architect, after so many years, how to create relationship? My government thought we should develop relationship despite whatever happens. We should continue our journey for the peace of the humanity, peace of the South Asia, peace for the people of both the countries. So I came with angerness, and I found people are so beautiful. People are so loving, and they love Bangladesh. They love people of Bangladesh. And how to proceed them? How to proceed? It's not a war for me. It's writing another poem like Faiz Ahmed Faiz. But how to do that? I went to Mohenjo-daro and I saw such a beautiful development. Nothing left, only the walls, archaeological walls. And you can see Mainamati, another Buddhist monastery, almost same thing, nothing but walls, archaeological walls. And my site is just beside Margala Hill, which is huge, which is regal, vertical, powerful, and you see how our people lives on a single bamboo, horizontal. The water is horizontal, nothing vertical. And I came to Ijaz. Ijaz, what to do? He sent me Mohenjo-daro with armed guards. I remember, with a gunman. I don't have any clue why I need a gunman. Anyways, so this is how, we work together. Ijaz helped me a lot to understand what is embassy, functionality, but I was more in philosophy and poetry. Ijaz was like pulling my leg. No, embassy cannot be like this. You must complete the functional issues. So I have a big brother who helped me. So finally I come to conclusion that our site will be a meeting ground of two great civilizations. Nothing but archaeological landscape. So this is my first drawing, Margala and horizontal line. And we came up archaeological landscape. And this is what archaeological landscape, Gutka brick, beautiful brick. Only thing I have introduced is a 500 feet long, 75 feet tall, weight, concrete, parasol, covering almost everything, creating shadows in the 52 degrees Celsius, and the water below is the delta. And looking Margala. And I want to Sohail Abbas is up in Islamabad. Who else there to support me, help me? Fawad is there. They all came forward and helped me, selecting, the people who will be working with us. Thank you very much. And this is what you see, the columns, the Roman columns of Bangladesh, how it is becoming Bangladesh a great nation again, and with the water, and the parasol, and the brickworks, and Margala, all together. It's going to finish very soon, probably next 6 months. You are all invited. This is what finally is coming up. And then we move to Bhutan, who actually is completely other way, who helped us in the war against Pakistan, and who were recognized Bangladesh, the first nation, independent, Bangladesh is a sovereign country, Bhutan. And we found Gautam Buddha saying, true love is born from understanding. So understanding the culture, Bangladesh High Commission over there. And the relationship with Bhutan is fantastic. It's almost 30, 40 millions of years, all the water from Himalayas, this side, southern side, mostly coming through Bhutan and Nepal and India, finally to Bangladesh. We are the last recipient of the old water into Bay of Bengal, but Himalaya never saw this water. Himalaya never saw this water, her creation, which is ended up in Bay of Bengal. All the waters coming down. And in return, Bangladesh gave them the Buddhist religion they are celebrating nowadays. Is actually the form of Buddhist religion they are celebrating. It is given from Bangladesh to them as a gift. So we are close from so many hundreds and thousands of millions of years. So our design came into something like this. Though they told us you can do modern building, but we declined. We said, no, we will follow your rules and regulations. So your economy should not be hampered by our design building. Because they have a lot of tourists coming to see this sort of thing. We create a big puncture social window to connect the Himalayas. As is earlier, people can see, still they can see now. And this is the first time I used to use concrete in the history of Bhutan. And you can see the water body we call Bay of Bengal, which is now in the courtyard, connects the Himalayas. She can now see this is what she created, the Bay of Bengal, and the reflection of Himalayas onto the water, creating the real connection of cultural diplomacy and understanding. And this is one slide. This is also going to be finished within 3 months. It's becoming very nicely. And when we move to Malaysia, all the time is raining. Here and there is raining. So we all collected the water, roof of the 300 cars parking. The whole water body is only 1 feet 10 inches around deep, and it looks like amazing. And this is, we calculate the sun is moving the southern side and the northern side, half of the year here, half of the year, which is not happening in Pakistan and Bangladesh and other countries. So this all we calculated and became the first building in history of Malaysia, the platinum rated green building, this one. And this is from the street, you can see my client is very aggressive, Chinese client. They wanted something huge because they're very big, SP Satya. So, and this is what the courtyard in the middle and top level. And then I moved to Canada, far away from Bangladesh. And I listened to Alice Munro. She says the constant happiness is curiosity. We are curious. We are curious to see how their old house should be renovated, how the sunlight will be coming in deep inside in the deep winter, and the beautiful scenario outside changing continuously in winter and fall and summer. So we propose in summer it will be something like this, and in winter it's completely lost trees, leaves, and whole light entering into deep inside the house. And in fall it turns into beautiful poetry. And I listen the song Country Road takes Take Me Home to the Place I Belong. John Denver's beautiful music. I went far away. I cannot go far away. Then I'll end up Iceland, probably, in the ice, deep ice, nothing else there after Canada. So it's time to come back home. I forgot my community. I forgot that I have responsibility to do something for my community. And this is time to coming back home. I turned my boat and I came back home. And I saw this. Inhuman. My friends are poorer now. My friends who is a butcher, now he doesn't have any job to do. And my other neighbors are deteriorating, but they are proud of me. They are proud of me. But I haven't done nothing for them. So I felt sorrow, I felt shame. I'm ashamed of myself. And I thought I should do something for them. And this is one of my watercolors. I'm looking at, what I'm looking at? Nothing. The blank future is nothing. So let's think of architecture for all. I don't want to be a servant of the rich people anymore. I want to be servant of the common people. What can I do? We started working with government. And you know, Rumi says, what you are seeking is seeking you. I was seeking something and they started seeking me. Government came up, 31 parks and playground, open space should be converted into revitalized for the people. It's all gone, devastated, drug, fighting, killing, everything is happening. And I came up with them. This is one of the park, you know, it's completely devastated. The secretariat one side, the police headquarters one side, the mayor's office one side, you know, all the big buildings are there. In the middle park, this is now used for exchanging the bribe. And, you know, all sort of antisocial and illegal activities are happening continuously for last 30 years. Nothing is happening. All the big shots, the secretaries, from the window, they can see that. And the Prime Minister's office is there, Mayor's office the other side, police headquarters other side. They're all sitting and watching. Wow, what a beautiful drama is happening. And this is all about Bangladesh. So I came up something that I want all the people go through this way. Park is no more a destination for me. This is a way to the destination. I'm going anywhere. I'm going school, office, anywhere. I go through the park. And thousands of people, our population density is like 50,000 per square kilometer, whereas in Europe probably 25 people. Why not open it up? Why allow people to inside quickly, and you will be flooded by people and no antisocial activity will be permitted by the people. You don't need police. So I suggested I'll put cutting no trees through the water. I'll take a huge promenade, you know, and take people, thousands of people through that way. And we'll expand the water body, calculating all the rainwater, 200 millimeter per square per day per hour. And we created this promenade. You go through, or you want to stay, you go down little bit close to the water, stay, have coffee, museum, you know what not, library, gymnasium, food court, enjoy your time. And this is the real photograph now. It's going to be open within 3 months probably. I don't have real, last photos, but this is a real photograph. It's done already. You can see the boat is there. People can come and take a ride. This is what is happening. It's connecting from one office to another. You from Prime Minister's office, Secretariat, you go to the Mayor's office. In between, all the people are walking. This is the real photograph, my sketches. And this is what you can see. Lower level is completely some car parking and the food court and all the other facilities you require in the in the community. It's done. And inside, lower level, and this is from lower level, you can see, you can enjoy the ghatla, the steps into the water, and jangla, and enjoy your life, make life celebration. Sustainability, for me, is not very important word. I don't want to sustain. I want to celebrate beyond sustainability. And last two projects here sharing with you. Have I time? I don't know, I'm bothering you or not. Okay, last two projects. Communal harmony. We were given one project, same group, a field should be improved. We went to the field to see, this belongs to the Hindu community. Now they are marginalized because a lot of Muslim community came up, and they have crematorium open to sky. They're burning the bodies, and the Muslims are very unhappy because it's polluting the environment, it's a bad smell. They're trying to push them out, and they have no other place to go to cremate their bodies. What to do? What to do? Should we kill them? Should we kick them out from the city, from the country? What should we do? Then we found that Muslims are having small space, which is a tomb. They have more space. We can build something like public toilet, something like library, gymnasium, coffee shop, all these things together. So Muslim and Hindu all becomes friends. And the pond is also gone. The devastated pond should be recovered. So all together give them all the facility, they can be happy. Finally, we'll do the field, correction of the field. Otherwise, the field will do first, they're fighting more. So we came back to the mayor and says, sorry, we cannot do the field. We need to correct all the other facilities first. And mayor says, wonderful, but we don't have money. Zero money for that. We have only for the field some money. 1.5 years, we were struggling with all the ministries. I used to go, present them, motivate them. Finally, the highest body gave some money for renovation of those things. So what we have done. You can see this one, this revitalized, but it was something like this earlier. You can see all the illegal shops are there, political power. I had to fight with them. I had to hide few days. They are going to kill me. Police came twice to rescue me in the different situation. But I never gave up. I'm not going to give up. Either you kill me or do it. So this is what. And now you see the pond is absolutely clean, filled up with water. And the crematorium built inside with the machine. So no pollution questions there. And mosque and mandir all together now. And this is what from the street we can come down, we can have a beautiful pond now, and the crematorium. And this was the field originally. Then finally we improved the field and make it like this. We opened all the walls. And this is top view. You can see the tomb and the other facilities, and mandir and crematorium, field and pond all together. And this is what very sad to see. The top you can see the Mughal garden 400 years back, and we took 400 years to create another small tiny green over there. This is very, very sad. And Kamil Sahib is here. Poetry came back. Poetry came back. We love poetry. You love poetry. Poetry came back. I believe poetry is coming back. And this is the last project. And we received for almost all the projects many international awards. This is one of the most United Nations, number of awards. Paucity to poetry or scarcity to poetry. How we can convert the scarcity into poetry. This is the only way you can go to that small park, which is half an acre size. Not much, it's less than 40,000 square feet area. But the population density here is 90,000 per square kilometer, 90,000. It's abnormal. It should be like 1,000 or maybe 100. But 90,000 population. And that is the blessing for us. You open it up for the people, they will all come. No antisocial activity can take place. So huge amount of people are there. And in monsoon it's flooded. If not monsoon, this is more worse. And you can see people are going in the monsoon time. And when I went to the site, first I saw, they say, this is park. Where is the park? No, just backside is the park. There is a wall, and all the illegal shops are there. Vagrants are there. So we thought the park is the community need to be walled up because we don't believe them. Who is not believing home? Who is distrusting home? This park is us. This is my opening space. Who is going to wrap up and put the padlock and says it will be open 7 in the morning and close in the 7 in the evening. But it's always broken. Always the gate is broken. So this is actually big problem, psychological problem. So we suggested, and one shower comes, this is the red mark, is the only one small drain collecting all the water. Even 19 houses sewage system is taking here. And this is what happened. One shower comes, is flooded. I remember I felt like to cry. I cried 3 times in my life. This is the last time I was crying here alone. Nobody's there, alone. Everybody says, nothing to do. Nobody can help us. But see, you are the consultant. You will help us. So all left. Then I alone in the middle of the water, I literally cried. Is this possible for an architect to resolve this problem? Is this our job? But I took the challenge, no, this is what architecture is going towards nowadays. If you think you will be comfortable zone, architecture is finished. You have to come to the people and work for them. And we calculated here, if we collect the water rain separately, then it will be 200 millimeter rain per day per hour. Then it will be 450,000 liters of water. It's a good amount of water. We can use it for drinking purpose. Why not? Collect it. And inside, you see, we have beautiful trees and a illegal building occupied by, illegally occupied by the then political party, powerful political party, in power. So it's very challenge for us to tell them to go out from there. But we started working. And I was remembering, as Van Gogh says, he got nothing love from anyone in the whole life. Van Gogh was completely out of love. But even he says to his younger brother in his writing, there is nothing more artistic than to love people. So why not? Let's talk to the people. Make them your party. Work together. Young generation, then older generation, full of, history they know. Wise men are there. So we come up a conclusion. We will collect all the waters because our land is very small. We will collect 450,000 liters of water in the trench. And on top we will walk and we produce all the 1200 of these slabs on top and they can walk on that. So water collection done, our walkway is done. And then finally they came, we told them we will dismantle the disrespect and distrust. So we broke the wall. Completely we broke the wall and opened it up. Now it looks like this. And when rain comes, rain is no more a pain. Rain is a celebration for them. Because they know many rain comes, many drinking water will be available for them. And this was the early photographs. Nobody is coming. Because all the drug seller people, they are playing wooden ball and playing tash, and one lady died hitting the ball. So nobody is coming in the field and they are selling their drugs easily. So hardly anyone coming there for, I don't know, he, she or he came. But now you will see in the last video how many children are playing there so beautifully. We converted this one into this. Abundant to abundance. And this was not exactly done by us. We worked with the children of the community. They planted all the trees and all the plants. Orchard is very local, vitamin C, vitamin B and iron, similar sort of. So they are always having fruits nowadays free of cost, fresh. And the birds are coming, playing with them. They are talking, conversing with the birds. And we developed the philosophy. The children will run after butterflies, not drugs. And now you see, they are enjoying their life. You know, puppet show. They perform themselves. We have nothing to do with this one. And from top you can see all the houses increase their rent, 20 to 30% increase their rent. All the people are happy, the rents are coming and they are becoming a little bit financially stable. They are very happy. And this was my one stage, my drawing. I was lot of sketches I was doing, but mashallah is converted into reality. One problem is left. The building occupied by, though the building is very poor, structurally poor, design-wise poor, but still it belongs to the powerful political party. And I started arguing with them with all my power from the top level, connection. Whatever connection we have, we should use it. We use it and finally kick them out from this building. And then, this is not important. And then the building turns into this. And it belongs to now the women's club. Because gender issue is very important, we don't notice. If in this whole park, no place for, especially for women, this family will be broken. I suggested them, we need women's portion because then the whole family will be completed. So we have a women's club, and we have a gymnasium, we have a library community, we have a coffee shop, and weekend schools. So you can see inside the library now. And this is the water they're getting for last 6-7 years, free of cost, a gift from the park to the community, free of cost. We are maintaining this park, finally, our office for last 6 years, and we check the water every 6 months. Mashallah, it's fantastic. And the purpose of whatever you work, poetry, architecture, business, selling products, and everything, all the companies are working. What's the purpose? Purpose is to ensure your children are growing up safely and happily. Otherwise, what's the purpose of doing all these things? So, we propose government, let the giggling of the children, music for our city. Let them giggle. That will be the music for our city. And we call, in my last slide, we call Old Dhaka New Twilight. Coming back home and work for the community, making Dhaka. There's a book coming up by Rizoli in next September in New York. It's called Old Dhaka New Story. Probably these are the works we included. And this is the last slide. Romanticism, poetry. आप क्या बोलते हैं? Poetry आया, return back poetry. Our job is to not do architecture, just architecture. Create the poetry, whatever fashion. It's music, architecture, business, it should be poetic and is a gift to the community. I have a 3 minutes video which is prepared in the request of United Nations because this got United Nations award recently, last I think 2023. I would like to play. Is there a sound? Yeah.
এক সময় এই জায়গার অবস্থাটা খুবই খারাপ ছিল। এখানে গাঁজা হইতো, বৃষ্টি হলে পানি জমে থাকতো, এর মধ্যে ময়লা, ড্রেনের ময়লা ভাসতো, মানুষ কোনোভাবেই এখানে আসতে পারতো না। এলাকার স্থানীয় যারা বসবাস করে তারাও এখানে আসতে ভয় পাইতো, কারণ বিভিন্ন ধরনের ক্রাইম হইতো। আজকে আমরা মহিলারা, মেয়েরা এখানে আসতে পারতেছি, ইজিলি লাইব্রেরি আছে, বসতে পারতেছি, নিচে মহিলা মহল আছে। এখন আমরা যে কোনো সময় ইচ্ছে করলে আসতে পারতেছি, বসতে পারতেছি, রাতেও আসতে পারি আমরা।
এখানে একটা সুপেয় পানির ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছে এলাকাবাসীর জন্য, যেটা জীবাণুমুক্ত, দূষণমুক্ত পানি। এই পানিতে এলাকার প্রতিটা লোক এইখান থেকে পানি নিয়ে খায়।
আজকে 27 বছর যাবত আমরা দৌড়াইতেছি, কিন্তু এটা হয় না।
এটা নিয়ে অনেক মারামারি কাটাকাটি হয়েছে এবং লোকও মারা গেছে এই মাঠে। এখন অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে, আগের থেকে অনেক সুন্দর। অনেক লোকজন আসা যাওয়া করে, বসে নামাজ টামাজ পড়ে, এই বেঞ্চে বসে দেখার মতন। হ্যাঁ, আগে তো আমাদের এরকম ছিল না। হ্যাঁ, এখন ছেলেগুলোরা খেলতে পারে, দুইটা মাঠ হয়েছে, একটা বড় জনে খেলে, ছোটো জনে খেলে। আমরা বিকেলবেলা এসে একটু ঘুরতে পারি, বসতে পারি, কোনো ঝগড়া নেই, লড়াই নেই। আমরা সবাই মিলেমিশে একসঙ্গে চলাফেরা করি। আগের থেকে অনেক উন্নত হয়েছে, অনেক অনেক।
These are all original sounds.
স্কুলতে এসে সারাদিন বাসায় বসে থাকতাম, হবার মাঠটা অনেক সুন্দর করার পর আমরা খেলতে পারি।
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Architect Rafiq Azam, for such inspiring and beautiful presentation.